my focus for class today, if you want to call it a focus, the trend, the theme of class is twisting, which I know can be a little scary if you've just had lunch. So this is a tough time for us to twist. Preferably, twisting happens on an empty stomach. So I usually don't put a whole class of twisting on since it's kind of a lunchtime-ish. But my hope is that your belly is empty enough that you can comfortably twist today. And our goal with twisting will be detoxification, thinking about wringing out tension and releasing it with some beautiful breath work. So I hope that you enjoy. If you feel like you did just have too big of a meal and twists don't feel great, an option that we'll work on in the beginning is open twisting, twisting away from your legs. So that'll feel a little bit roomier and a little better for you. You can always take that option as opposed to when we close twist, if that feels better. So I hope you enjoy. Welcome, everyone. Would we get started? You ready? All right, let's do this. Come on back to your yoga mats with me. And just want to turn my volume up here so you can hear me. And we will begin today in child's pose, if you don't mind. So as you make your way back to your mats, notice mine is looking like a T. That's okay. You only need one mat for yourself. My name is Tiffany, by the way. Welcome to class. And I'm just going to settle down sideways so that you can always see me. You just get situated any way that feels best for you, still being able to peek at your screen here and there. But I should give clear enough directions that you'll be okay, even if you can't see once you get your head down. And we're just gonna begin a little gentle roll. Close your knees for your first child's pose, so your thighs are touching. And we're gonna roll side to side with our hips. Allow your belly to roll over your thighs, using them like little rolling pins and just easing in, beginning to massage a little bit through our organs. Bowing your head down, if you'd like to rest the middle of your forehead on the floor, we call that our third eye, your place of intuition. So as you settle your third eye into your mat, you can wrap your hands around your side body. I like to grab onto my heels, and if you rest your forehead down, you can roll your eyes side to side and massage over your third eye. Another option to get started is to rest on one temple, resting deeply into our neck here. You can continue to sway if that feels good for you, but just taking a nice resting position. I do encourage you to close your eyes for a moment here so you can begin to block out the lights, the textures, the sights, just getting some stimulation released. If you rested on a temple, please switch sides, stretching out the other side of our necks. And as you breathe here, we're checking in with our breath in the beginning, seeing if we can float the back of our ribs skywards. Maybe if you're outside, skywards. If you're inside, ceilingwards. Seeing if you can float your ribs open left to right. We're going to go one more breath cycle. Just noticing where we are in our breath today. At the very bottom of your exhalation, eye gaze moves back forward to the top of your mat. As you stretch your arms out overhead, really elongate your arms. Tuck your toes and press back through the bottoms of your feet. Try to get a little stretch on the underside of your toes. Might need to wiggle. Sometimes they don't cooperate and they won't tuck under. Your pinky toe may not tuck, but at least you get a little awakening on the other four. Slide on up to tabletop, stack your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. If you'd prefer to roll your mat and get a little extra cozy underneath your knees, that would be a great choice. Once you've arrived, knees widen just outside hips width distance, and we sweep our right arm skywards. Take a moment here to really try to open. If your neck is bothering you, look down towards the floor for any of our postures today. When you're ready, thread this right arm under your left elbow and rest your right temple on the mat. We're gonna wrap left arm around our low backs, pressing the back of your forearm deeply into your low back. And see if you can slide it up a bit towards your tailbone. While you're here, flip your right palm up and then flip it back down. Just see what feels best, landing somewhere that's really nice for your stretch. I encourage you to be curious and exploratory as you move today, just trying out new things. Let's release our left arm, plant it right under our shoulder for some help as we rise back into that big open twist. Right arm opens us into tabletop, and then we release back to our table. Same on the left side. Big, beautiful breath in. Pause here. Open, twist through your low back gently, and thread under the right arm when you're ready. As you walk your left fingers out, we'll rest heavily on our left temple. And once we're comfortably threaded, right arm is around the low back, but we're really going to use this arm. Push it into your low back, and then push it up towards your tailbone, feeling a combing release through the right outer shoulder. Now, as we're focusing on our breath through our class today, let's focus on something else as well, our pelvic floor. Sometimes when we're in positions like this, or if we're squatting, we can push out, and we don't want to release and loosen our bladder muscles. So the sensation of lifting your pelvic floor is like stopping the flow of urine. You're just gonna like pull up and in. Feel how your lower belly engages there too. So it's really nice for our core and safe for our low backs. Let's re-reach under the shoulder with your right hand. Unthread your needle, but lift and twist for a moment. Take a big, beautiful breath in. And as you exhale, let your fingers fall. Walk hands forward so you can tuck your toes and lift your hips to downward facing dog. All right, let's get upside down for our first time today. Head is hanging. Give your head a little nose shake. Maybe pause. If one side feels tighter than the other, you can pause and look out under that armpit for a little while, beginning to stretch into the side and back of your neck. One of these next exhalations, try to press your chest towards your thighs. Press your thighs to the wall behind you. And we're going to twist again here, yogis. Step your feet just a footprint or two further towards your thumbs. A little bit of a short down dog. Bend your right knee. Take your left hand under your body and grab outside your right leg. You can even grab your heel if it's accessible. As you press to straighten your leg, you'll find that you're being pulled around the corner into this amazing twist. Take a peek under your right armpit. Feeling that whoosh of all that oxygenated blood flow into your brain, getting us a bit energized. Release when you're ready, yogis. Take a break. You might like to step back and wiggle free in a full version of down dog. Take as much time as you need through all of our postures. I encourage you to linger whenever something feels too good to leave. Step back to your shortened version when you're ready. Right arm reaches under body. Left knee bends, and we're going to try to grab the outer left something, whether it be your knee, your calf, your ankle, or maybe even your heel. Straightening the left leg will help you twist deeper. Ooh, that feels so good, doesn't it? We're going to breathe into the underside of our shoulder blade, all the way into our low back, sending lots of good vibes. Where we focus our attention is where our energy flows. So let's try to stay present in our bodies, give ourselves all the good vibes we deserve. Unthread, walk back, find a regular sized down dog, or maybe an extra jumbo one, because it just feels good to stretch out in a new way. And when you're ready, walk your fingertips back towards your toes. Take a little wiggle through your hips, a little sway through your side bodies. And as you rise, spin around your corners. We're going to take our fingertips to dangle, spin them around to your right heel and your left heel. Rise an inch or two every few seconds. I love to think about massaging around all the vertebrae in our spine. So when you get to the top and your head has lifted forward, we're going to sweep our arms skywards. Take a huge awakening breath in. Step your feet just outside your hip-width distance and swing your arms to the right. Lift your left heel when you do. Swing and rise. Lift your right heel, swing arms to the left. Okay, so moving as you can, thinking about a little swoosh, like a release. Exhale, inhale, exhale, swing, inhale, rise. We lift our heels and pivot on the balls of our feet here to prevent any tightness or tension from coming into our knees. We want to twist them out. Just release and let go. Building this big old figure eight. And as you do these swings, try to let really loose from your shoulders to your elbows to your wrists and your fingers, just flinging tension everywhere. Anywhere it's not in your body is a good thing. Let's send it away. 4. 3 more breaths. Love that one. 2. Last one. Come into the center and melt your fingertips down, but give them a little wiggle. Give some jazz fingers so we can awaken our hands. All right, yogis, sweep arms skywards again. Step your feet somewhere comfortable, not wide anymore. And sitting back into that invisible chair, but maybe halfway down. Not working super hard in our legs, just a little hard, okay? Reaching the fingertips towards the floor, press the backs of your hands together and give your fingers a dangle forward and back. Releasing into your wrists. So if you've done driving or reading or texting or typing or mouse clenching today, you need a little wrist release. Once you've dangled enough, clasp your left hand in a big fist, push your thumb onto your index or middle fingers, and then flip your right palm to hover over it. You're gonna push your arm forward and then use your right hand to pull. I'm gonna show you from the side. Pull your knuckles back towards your belly. Cover the hand and pull back. Oh, did your left thumb get lazy? Try to push it right onto the pad. Oh, the pad is hard to place down. Feeling a lot going on the inner wrist tendon, yes? Okay, stay here. Keep breathing through the top of your left arm. Sit in your chair again if you rose out of it. Not getting out of here just yet. Let's flip this hand. Bring it forward. Palm faces me, fingers down. Right hand comes from the pinky side and pull fingers towards your belly. Press now. Press your thumb away from your palm. Beautiful stretch on the inner wrist, inner forearm, even up into your bicep here. Take a big breath in. Okay, let's release our legs. Stand tall. Oh, that feels so good. Let's get a little loose in our legs here. Lean to the left. Make super big open hands happen. And then reach your right leg to the side. Just want to get it loose a little bit from all that sitting we just did. Point and flex your foot. Circle through that ankle. You can do the same in your hands if you need to move them a bit. Let's release. Tip to the right. Lift your left leg. Let it escape. Move a bunch through the ankle. Maybe both hands are doing something fun. Flex, point, circle, scrunch toes. Wonderful job. Back you go. Find your invisible chair, please, and reach hands forward. Dangle through the fingertips. Press back of hands together. We're just starting our little stretch through the back of our wrists. And when you're ready, right hand takes a fist. Try to push that thumb onto your index or middle fingers. That's always the hardest part. Left hand covers. Push your right wrist forward and try to drag back with the left hand, really gently, yogis. Just drag it back towards your heart here. Your thumb poked out, didn't it? Mine did too. Let's try to push it back down onto one of your knuckles. Don't forget to breathe. I feel like a superhero when we do this. Who is it, Spider-Man? I know it comes from the underside of his wrist, but don't you kind of feel like whoosh, you could shoot something out the top of your wrist right here? Big breath in. Stay in your chair. Well done. Turn your palm, make a stop sign, and then let your fingers fall down. Push the heel of your hand to me. We're gonna drag our fingers back with the left hand. Pull towards your hip. Push your thumb now away from your palm and breathe. Feel the hand stretching? Oh yeah. Inner forearm and up and towards your bicep. You may not feel that, but it is stretching. Go on, I know you can do this. Just 2 more breaths. Keep pushing your right thumb away. And this time, as you release, shake out your hands, forward fold. Oh, that feels better. If you're not feeling better, you feel extra tight today in your hamstrings, bend your knees as much as you need. Rest your chest heavily on your thighs. And we're just gonna hang for a minute, yogis. You can press the backs of your hands down on the floor next to your baby toes for extra wrist stretching. Just 1 more breath here, beginning to lengthen into the back body. Left fingertips come under our nose, halfway lift. Right hand to the hip. Left hand moves to right outer calf. And we're twisting to the right. Option to reach your right arm skywards. Super dynamic energy coming through the right fingertips. How long can you be from the top of your head towards your tailbone? You're welcome to lift from any spot. So you can keep fingers on floor or hand can move to a new place on your right leg, but we're using it to lever this twist a bit more open. Top arm falls, fold fully as much as it feels good in your body. Just release for a breath. Next breath, right fingers under your nose, lift your body to halfway. Left hand to hip, take a peek out over your left shoulder. Feeling good, I want you to stay. If you want more, come with me. Right hand to the outer left leg somewhere. Left arm sweeps skywards. Now push your sits bones, push your tailbone back. Lengthen away from shoulders and crown of head. Give me some jazz hands, spirit fingers. Woo! Little party for ourselves today. One more breath in. Top arm falls. Relax heavily. Stretch maybe through the back of your wrists again, placing the backs of your hands down. When you're ready, yogis, let's roll to rise. You're welcome to spin around in the corners. We are infusing twists into every little nook and cranny of our practice today. So if you like to twist, come with me. You can shout too if you'd like to twist and shout. Swing and wrap. Lifting right heel, swinging left. Lifting left heel, swinging right. Getting super loose. Look how sloppy I look. See, my body is kind of hanging out. That's what we want in this posture. Another way to just send tension out. Get loose. Let it swing and sling free. I gaze down. We're following the path that our fingers are tracing. But if that makes you dizzy, feel free to keep your eyes forward. This is a much safer route here. Try 2 more cycles of breath. A big, beautiful in through your noses. And I encourage you to let go of stale, stagnant energy by sighing audibly. Because it feels so good, doesn't it? One more exhalation. Not forcing, just allowing ourselves to slowly come back to standing. When you are ready, my friends, draw your left knee towards your chest. Now, when we're at home, we've got all these great resources as options to help us balance. So if you need to, my wall's a little far away, but you could use a wall or the arm of a chair. Never be afraid to add something into your practice that will make you balance a little better. Hang on to this left knee. We're gonna twist to the left. Right hand holds the outer knee and the left arm swivels open. If your toes are staying down today, just use your fingertips on that outer thigh. Twisting your lower half to the right and your upper half to the left. Pull taller through the crown of your head as you inhale. Exhale, swivel eyes to the left, searching for your back fingertips. Come back to me. Welcome back, yogis. Hug your knee in, give it a squeeze, a nice squeeze. Let's open our twist. Okay, so this is what I was explaining feels better when your belly is full. Left hand comes inside. We're holding somewhere from your shin to your thigh. Right arm opens. So now we've got all this space for our stomach. Choose this option if you're feeling a little not so hot in your belly today. Let's see if we can lengthen. Inhaling, top of head rises. Exhaling, we swivel to the right side. A big, beautiful sigh out. Come on back to the center. Sweep your arms skywards with your knees still lifted. I know you can. Big breath in. Exhale everything to the floor. Woo, hip. Give it a rub if it needs. You can use your knuckles if it's feeling really burny or warm or tight. Just relax into your hip. Well done. Gather up your right knee. Big breath in. Closed twist. Reach back with your right fingers. Left hand holding somewhere. We close, quote unquote, close the twist when we turn our body towards our legs. Seeing if we can lengthen again, puff your chest up proud, lift the crown of your head confidently, and as you exhale, send any doubts right out your fingertips. One more big breath in here. Come on back forward. Anyone else teetering around like me? Give yourself a hug on the knee. Let's switch sides. Left arm opens and you decide where is it best for you to hang on here. We're gonna try to send our body in two different directions. Upper half swiveling left, lower half swiveling to the right to really help you twist from tail to top of head. One more big breath. Maybe it's a wobble-filled breath. That's fun because we're pushing out of our comfort zone here. Come back to the center, re-squeeze. Stay strong in your right thigh and lift your arms skywards. Big, beautiful in. Full out. That feels good. Woo! Rub that leg if it needs a little. Maybe a little knuckle soft tap here. Yeah, that helps release any tightness. Arms rise, yogis. Beautiful breath with me. Exhale, full exhalation, finding the floor. Top of head even finds the floor. Inhaling again, halfway this time. Slide your fingers up your shins. Now just check me out if you're not sure. We're gonna crisscross our arms and hold opposite outer calves as we pull ourselves down. Forearms come parallel to the floor. Crisscrossing our wrists to get a little deeper. Crown of our head dragging further towards the floor in this forward fold. Switch the arm that is closest to your feet. Just gonna switch so that forearm is now closer to the floor. Reason being, you feel more in that bottom shoulder blade, yes? Whatever arm is on the bottom, that shoulder blade feels like a little pizzazz. Fingertips fall again. Halfway lift, one more time, breathe in. Breathe out, float to fold. Right leg steps back. I'm gonna let you decide today, yogis, whether you're kneeling all the time, any of the time, or none of the time. We're twisting. Right fingers down, left arm rises, big, beautiful breath in. How do your hips feel? Can you drag your left cheek towards your back toes? Left fingers down, squeeze your inner thighs like crazy so you don't tumble over. Right arm rises. Here's our open twist option. Do you feel that? Your belly's turning away from your thigh. Great if you're pregnant and great if you just had a big old meal. Top arm down. Let's press back to downward facing dog. Any steps that you need to take to get there, such as child's pose. Check me out if you're not sure what that is. Or tabletop. Both great options to ease into your dog. Take them as much as you need. Breathing in, when you're ready, we roll forward to a plank. Staying very strong in this plank. You can always rest on your knees. We're stepping our knees or our feet a little bit wider than our hips width distance, and we're gonna cross our hands. Listen, my friends. Right hand taps your left hip. Place it back down. Left hand taps your right hip, crossing over your belly, right? Release. Right hand, left hip. Left hand, right hip. We're gonna go 4 more. Our goal as we work through these is to keep our hips steady and strong. There is no swivel in our hips, so use your knees if you're struggling here. Beautiful job. Stretch out your strong arms, push back down dog. Close your toes to a more narrow space, and let's continue rolling. Big breath in, plank position. Chaturanga, open your heart and descend, relaxing into the floor fully. Toes wiping or stepping as far from your hips as possible. Letting your fingertips fall to little tents on either side of your shoulders. And we're lifting our elbows skywards. Pulling our elbows back towards our hips. Lifting elbows skywards. Pulling them back towards the hips. Feel like kind of you're screwing your shoulder heads in, yeah? Pulling it back. Oh, like you went too far. Screw it back in. Unswivel it a notch. There you go. Tuck your chin now that you know what you're doing. Eyes under your nose. And we're just gonna go for 2 more little rolls inside our shoulder joint. 1 more, forward and back with the elbows. Let's stay back with the elbows and close our fingers more towards our ribs to uplift our bodies. Baby cobra. Just the chin, the chest, the throat have risen. All 10 toes are pushing down to boost you up a bit higher. 1 more breath in this baby back bend. Exhale, release, nose to mat, push back, child's to table, whatever feels necessary. Ultimately, down dog with me. All right, yogis, let's go for another round of twists while we're here. Right leg rises. Take a big lift to three-legged dog. Crunch nose to knee, but then twist right knee to left elbow. Twist over. Press back, three-legged dog. Tap down both feet into the ground for dog. Left leg rise, inhalation. Exhale towards your nose, crunch in. Twist over towards your right elbow. Press back, three-legged dog. Okay, let's go with breath. Your speed, my friends. Tap down to dog. Inhale, right leg rise. Exhale, find your nose. Inhale, find your left elbow. Exhale, push back. Inhale, tap toes down. Exhale, ease your dog back. One more round. Left leg rise. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find your nose. In, find your right elbow. Press back. Out breath. Toes touch down. In breath. Out breath. Ease your thighs back. Looking forward towards our thumbs. Tiptoe walk forward, lifting one thigh high into your hips, followed by the next, making as many little footprints happen as possible. So it's okay if you jump straight forward, follow me, come back, and take a little wiggle walk forward, really using your hips here. If your wrists are super tired, press the backs of them down on the floor, on your legs somewhere. Give them a little break. And when you're ready, since we're twisting today, we're gonna roll around the corners each time, unless something else feels better for your body. Rolling super slowly. Luxuriate in your practice. This is the time to slow down and let our breaths catch us. Arms rise, big breath in. Take a tip to the left. Hold your right wrist tip more. Step your right leg behind. And then as you lift and tip more, do you feel your left outer hip? If you don't, maybe you want to bend your knee a little bit. Might help to push your hip out. I want to feel a big stretch through the outer left side here. Come on back to the center. Inhale. Tip to the right. Tug your left wrist longer. Left foot steps behind. Tip again. Now, do you feel your right outer hip? If not, I like to bend my knees. Gives you that little whoosh, kick out of your right hip, and you might feel it more. Come back to center. Big breath in. Beautiful job. One round down. Release your hands behind your low back. Press your knuckles to chase the floor. Uplift your heart. Literally crack your chest open so your heart can rise. Allow the universe to kiss it and embrace it. Oh, feels good. Well done, yogis. Tuck your chin to your chest now. Take a tumble on down. Your hands are staying clasped. You're just going to roll the top of your head to the floor, lifting your knuckles skywards. Rinsing out your shoulders. And as you re-rise, bend your knees and ripple your spine to straight. Wrapping hands around the left side of your body. And then we're going to make a double chin. So pull your chin back. Feel that lengthening in your spine. Now let your ear fall to the left. A little bit safer than if we have our chin jutting forwards. Just going to align everything, then drop today. Back to center. Re-stretch your hands out, but can you switch all 5 fingers, please? So the other ones are on the top. Wrap them around your right side. Make a double chin. Ready? We're going to go like a turtle head into its shell. Whoop. Then tip to the right. Feels nice, doesn't it? Such a beautiful stretch. Feeling it in the left neck and over your left shoulder, I hope. One more breath here. Back to center we go. Stretch your arms out wide. Float to forward fold. Swan dive, if you will. Halfway lift. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Left leg takes the lunge. Figure yourself out here, whether you're wiggling or swaying or kneeling, whatever feels awesome. Get cozy as you can be in your lunge. Left fingers down, close your twists. Right arm rises. Think about moving your ribs into your thigh. Big breath in to gaze upwards. Right fingers fall, squeeze your inner thighs really strong. Can you take your right cheek and pull it towards your left toe? Then we open the twist, a little bit safer. Hopefully you didn't fall backwards. If you did, rejoin us when you're ready. Top hand falls, push to downward facing dog. Take a really awesome breath in here, doing everything that you're craving in your dog. All movements are welcome and encouraged. Next time you're ready to breathe in, let's roll forward, find a plank. All right, yogis, we're crossing our ankles this time. So lift your left foot and cross over the right ankle. Your left toes will not be touching. Three-pronged chaturanga. If this is too much, uncross and let's go plain vanilla, regular chaturanga. But otherwise, we're staying like this. Shift forward, open your heart proud, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Keep the toes tucked just as they are, baby cobra. Too much for your low back, uncross and widen your feet. Take a big breath in here. Feel that squeeze in your buns, really activating the lower half. Squeeze in. Press back with your ankles still crossed. So I like to press up to plank from here. Exhale as you do, then push back to cross-legged downward facing dog. Uncross your left toes, please, and let's try the same thing on the other side. Rolling forward into plank. Cross right ankle over left. Your right toes will not be touching. You only have 3 prongs here. Open your heart, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly as you can, finding the earth. Keeping ankles crossed, boost your chest open left to right by squeezing your shoulder blades together. One more breath in, and if you're ready with me, we're gonna push out of this on the exhalation. Back to plank, tuck your chin. Inhale, cross-legged dog. Uncross your feet, find regular dog. Well done, yogis. Look to your thumbs. Tiptoe your toes forward. Feel your hips engaging. Thighs pull up into your hip socket. Up a few more times. Take as many footprints as you can. Backs of hands can rest so the top of your wrist is relieved. Would you like to join me in a spin? Let's spin to rise. Turning on our spin cycle today, washing out the low back of any of its tension. And once your head has risen, you're ready. Rise and shine, my friends. Beautiful job. Exhale. Let's do something a little different. Float to forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, release. Right leg lifts. And we're opening into half moon. Left finger's right under your nose and your left shoulder. Flex your right foot behind you and turn your toes out. Opening your right shoulder, trying to stack it on top of your left. Right hip is stacking on top of your left as well. And if you're feeling brave, you might wipe out like I just did, but try to move your eyes off the floor. So you are in half moon pose, really challenging. If you'd like to make it a little easier on your hamstring, you can hover your left fingers. That's harder strength-wise, but easier on the hands. All right, now yogi, stay or we're twisting it. Big challenge here. Right hand comes down. We swivel so that we are squared in our hips and the left arm opens. I can't look my eyes up, but if you'd like to move your eyes off the floor, you might be able to. Good luck if you're moving your eyes off the floor. It's quite a challenge, even with eyes down. When you're ready, your fingertips fall back under your shoulders and your right leg steps way far back. Oh, it's hard work, isn't it? Left leg straightens. Pull your knee high into your thigh. Think about giving it a hug. And when we think that way, we try not to lock. We think about hugging, not locking. Swivel your hips, give them a little sway side to side. Feel that stretch moving left to right over your left hamstring. And when you're ready, guess what we're doing? Twisting, surprise. Left fingers stay down. All right, this is tricky, yogi. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Right arm rises. So people often ask, where should my left fingers be? I choose to put mine outside of my pinky toe. Could you do it from the top of your foot? Probably. I can't. Could you do it from inside your big toe? Probably. Anything goes. Does it feel good? That's the answer. If it's yes, go for it. Let's swivel the other way. Drop the right fingers, squeeze your inner thighs together, lift your left fingers. I feel like this one's a little bit sturdier, right? If your fingers are getting really tired, make a fist and press out of your right knuckles. Eye gaze may like to move up for the challenge. Top arm swivels down. Let's find a lunge, my friends. Good work. So hard. Good job. Left knee bends. Push back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Let go of some of that heat you've generated. Let's roll forward into plank position. Trying to keep the knees up, we're gonna take a little spinny twist. Right hips fall as we roll to the blade edge of our right foot. Coming back to your toes, you might need to widen your feet if you felt like they were kind of smushing each other. Left hip falls to the left side as we roll to the blade edge of our left foot. Can you do this on your knees? Sure. Come back to the center. If you need your knees, you're just gonna swivel your right heel behind your nape so you can drop your hip. Back to the center. If you're on knees, left heel swivels behind it as you drop your left hip. Good job, yogis. I know it's hard, but we're gonna try one more round. Big breath in. Exhale. Breath comes in. Exhale. All the way back to plank. Chaturanga, inhale, open your heart before you descend. Slowly make your way down. Wipe your toes way far back. Stretch your arms behind you this time and swivel your thumbs up. But listen here, turn your palms to face the ground first, then turn your palms to face away from your thighs. That way your shoulders are open. Inhale, lifting through the back of your neck. Float it skywards. Your eyes are just down under the tip of your nose. All 10 toes are pushing down to help you boost your upper body higher. Breathe in again, yogis. Lift your toes, knees, and thighs. Really full extension through your locust pose. Hard to breathe on your belly. We're gonna weave through. One more round. Big breath in. Exhale, release everything. Let's make a little pillow. One hand on top of the other. Rest your head down and lift your toes to face the sky. Knees are bent. Let's draw a little windshield wipe to the right and to the left, just releasing all the strength we've just put into our low back. When you feel pretty great again, extend your legs behind you. Find downward facing dog. So I'm gonna pass through table, then child's, and then right on into my dog. You do what feels wonderful for your body today, please. Right leg rises, a big, beautiful breath in. Step it forward. Take a step between your thumbs and adjust yourself so that your right knee is over top of your right ankle. Move around, feel good in your lunge before we open to half moon. When you're ready, yogis, lift your left leg, supported warrior three. Start to send right fingers under right arm or under your nose, and then lift your left arm skywards, flexing your left toes, turn them away from your body. If you think you're steady, don't get too confident, but move your eyes off the floor, and you'll know real fast whether you're steady or not. Half moon, if it's really, really hard for your right hamstring, lift your right fingers and hover them. Twisting the opposite way. Swivel left hand back down. Square your hips, left toes squared towards the earth. Right arm rises when you feel ready, keeping that left leg, the back leg lifted towards your buns. Eye gaze may want to try to look skywards. Very challenging posture there. Top arm falls. Stepping back. Woo-hoo-hoo. Find a lunge. Well done, yogis. Press back to downward facing dog. Ooh. All right, so we're going to get that right leg back forward again so we can get a pyramid on. Give yourself a little shimmy or a shake. Look forward and then step your right leg forward again, softly hugging kneecap up towards your thigh. Take a little smile movement in your hips. Swing them to the left. Swing them to the right. Oh, it's so nice. It feels like a massage is rolling across your right hamstring, yes? When you're feeling pretty great, find a neutral spot like Goldilocks, somewhere comfy in the middle. Left hand is down, right fingertips will rise. I'm switching it up here. We're gonna do the easier one first, putting the challenge at the end after we've built our confidence back up. Eye gaze follows the path of our right fingertips for the challenge. Top arm falls. Where do you want to land? I'm going outside pinky toe. Remember that if your fingers have gotten tired, use a right fist. Lifting left arm. And as you twist here, you might notice quite a bit of wiggles through your front ankle. That's a beautiful thing. Body is stabilizing itself. Can you move your eyes away from the floor? When you're ready, windmill, hand back down, frame out your front foot, re-lunge and find down dog again. Give yourself all the love by rewarding your body with movement here. Movement as medicine, the best therapy. Take another little shimmy in your hips. When you're ready, we're gonna roll forward, find a plank. Chaturanga immediately, right on down to the floor, making sure you're really cozy when you arrive. Your wardrobe is fixed so there's no wrinkles or crinkles that make you feel uncomfy. And once we're situated here, we're gonna walk our feet straight back as far as they can go. Making goal posts with your arms, elbows at shoulder height, palms are on the floor. Let's take fingertips on the left hand to a little hover, elbow elevates, and we're gonna push out of this left hand to lift our chest. Left toes rise, roll as much as you can onto your right side. Your left foot may fall behind you, and some people like to extend their left arm skywards or reach behind them. We are going for the right pectoral stretch, your chest muscles. Super intense twist, yes? Good job, hang in, yogis. Come on, undone here, fingertips fall, release back to your belly, and reach your right arm behind you. Just let it kind of flop for a second, rest on your right temple. Allow that arm to just release after a huge stretch. When you're ready, come back where we were. Goal post arms, palms flat, elbows straight out from shoulders. We're gonna tent the right fingers and begin to push out of those fingers, rolling towards your left chest. Right leg rises. Let it fall the best it can behind you. You can rest your left temple or hover it. You may like to reach skywards with your right hand. Some people will even wrap it around their low backs. Softening in your jaw as you manage your twist here. Breath comes in. Breath falls out as we release. Fingertips meet the earth. We roll softly back in and then let your left arm rest. Rest on your left temple, reaching your left arm behind you for a little release. Right arm softly falls. Eyes back towards the floor. Gather your fingers back out beside your chest or your shoulders and push yourself back to child's. Pressing up to downward facing dog. If you're working on your tented fingers so that you can get really strong in your hands and your wrists, you can try downward facing dog, planks, anything that's on your hands with your tented fingers. I love to try that challenge. When you're getting too tired or you feel like your fingers are just splaying out, just release back to your palms. Let's lift our left legs. Big breath in, yogis. This is three-legged dog, right? Feel free to stay here, or you can bend your heel towards your butt, fan your left knee open, stay here. Maybe you're gonna peek out under your left armpit. But for the big twist, we're gonna option our flip dog today. So if that is something you're interested in, tent your left fingers. Start to roll the left leg behind you as slowly as possible. Left fingers rise, our left toes touch down. You can stay. I like to have a seat and reach forward. Then get your wits about you. Sometimes you're a little like, whew. Rise when you're ready. You're gonna stamp the left heel down, point your right toes, squeeze your butt. Oh, I've got a wall here. And we're gonna lift up into a big back bend. Hopefully you don't have a wall and you can reach your arm overhead and it feels wonderful. Roll back down to three-legged dog. We're gonna meet anyone who chose to stay. Press the left leg back to the sky or wherever it feels good for your stretch. Release, toes to floor. Take a little wiggle. Take a big load off. Lift your right leg when you're ready. Big breath in. Staying where you are, my friends, or optionally, opening your hip, heel to butt. Right knee fans open. You might like to twist a little bit more deeply and peek out your right armpit. I like to think about this as a hip yawn. Yawn it open as big as you can. It feels so good. Flip doggers, come with me. Tense your right fingers. Let your right leg get heavier, but slowly control that descent. As soon as your right toes tap down, choose whether you'd like to stay, or I like to situate myself. So I have a seat, reach arm forward, kind of gather your wits about you, and then when you're ready to exhale, whoosh to the sky. Big breath in. I gaze back down to unflip your dog, lift your right leg, plant your foot and push your foot back anywhere it feels good in your bodies. We have one final vinyasa, yogis. Meet me in regular dog, both feet flat. Inhale, roll forward, chaturanga. Shoulders over our wrist, fan chest open wide, chaturanga to the earth. Clasp your hands behind your low back and send your knuckles towards your heels. Let's lift our toes, knees, and thighs, as well as our nose and the upper chest. Trying to crisscross here through the ankles. We're gonna point our toes, squeeze inwards and cross right ankle over left, squeeze out to reopen legs. Squeeze in, left ankle over right, out to open. Go at your pace. We're gonna keep stretching our knuckles back, chest opening, squeeze, open, close, open. Use your breath. Move as quickly as it feels good, but fan your toes open as you squeeze through your inner and outer thighs here. We have 4 breaths, however many crisscrosses that you do. 2 more. Last one. Push your toes away. Release everything. Fingertips come down and give your hips a little jiggle side to side to loosen the strength that you've just put in. Pressing back, find your dog one last time today. Maybe a child's, maybe a table in between. Dog when you're feeling really ready. Big cleansing breath. Feel a lot of heat there. Open mouth exhalation will let it go. We're gonna drop to our knees, keeping our toes tucked. Stay in this little crouched position. Feel your Achilles tendons, the back of your ankles. Oh, feels so good. Have a seat on your shins with the tops of your feet flat, please. This is a great way to sit for the ankle stretch, front of ankle. So if you don't sit like this, you may not often stretch the front of your ankle, right? Unless you point your toes a lot, so this is really nice. Reach fingertips back behind you. Right hand stays and the left arm rises. Just a quick stretch overhead. Release. Left fingers down, right arm rises. Quick stretch overhead, look to the left. Let's do it again, but optionally lifting our hips by squeezing the buns. We open the front hips. Release back down. Left hand down, right arm up. Hips may want to follow. Release. And we're moving in the same direction, except we're going to add a little circle. So lift left arm, swim that arm forward, around and down. Inhale, right arm rises. Maybe your hips are following. All the way forward, big semicircle. Right hand down, left arm lifts. Circle around. One more time over here, yogis. Well, we're gonna come back to the center. Let's stay in that hover, butt down, both hands reaching forward like a hovering child's pose. Reach as far as you can forward. Clasp your hands behind your low back, opposite thumb on top than you normally do. Rise out of your heels, tuck your toes, and let's find a little camel pose. I'm gonna show you from the back because I want you to enjoy this. So if it bothers your low back to stretch in a back bend here, we're gonna modify. Take fists and press your thumbs towards your shoulder blades. coming into the curvature of our backs, the small of our backs. Give a push with your fist as you squeeze your butt, your hips move forward, opening the front body. Squeeze your elbows together, fan chest wide left to right, and optionally looking up. Camel pose, big back bend. If it feels great and you don't need the support, reach your fingertips behind you, stretching wide open. Take a big, beautiful breath in. Come back forward with your hands. Reach forward so you can sit your butt back, and then take fingertips to the floor. Tuck your toes, rise into forward fold. Hips are high, head is low. Give a big shake of your head no here. Losing any tension that we may have gained. Reshake your head, yes, just to put a positive spin on our ending here. And then slowing down your head nodding. Let's take a squat, yogis. You decide, do you want your big toes to touch with knees touching? Option 2, big toes touching, knees wide. Or if you prefer everything to be wide, I want you to go somewhere that feels really lovely to you. And listen, your squat could look like this. It's okay, all right? Just want you to find some opening. Wherever you are, push your butt back, lift your chest forward, and we're gonna try to descend with no hands. So if you need them, you put one in front, one in back. If you can, reach your arms forward to me, like we're gonna embrace. Take a big stretch forward, give your fingers a little wiggle, and then ease your buns back and down. It's okay if you plopped. Rejoin me in seated, crossing left shin in front of the right. Let's do some really beautiful twists. Open your arms wide. Take a huge inhalation and swivel to the left. Using your floor, your body to brace against, swiveling eye gaze to the left. Stay where you are with your right hands, but lift your left arm skywards and tip to the right. Ah, so good. Take a big, big breath in. Watch me, yogis, before you go. Left hand, hold your knee, come back to the center, and then pull forward. Tuck your chin, let the back of your neck hang. Your next inhalation, you rise. Lean on back, open your heart to the sky, give yourself a big boosting breath in. And when you're ready, just recross your legs. That might not be super easy, so you may have to give them a little jiggle whenever you feel ready again. Right leg comes in the front. Keep lifting though. Press out of your hands, lift your chest. Come on back forward, hands to your knees. Sit up really tall and sweep your arms open. Exhale, twist to the right. Levering against, I use the floor with my right hand and my knee with my left hand. I would like you to try to grab a hold of your right knee. That way you'll get a huge side bend in a second. Take a peek on over your right shoulder. Next exhale, come on back to me and sweep your right arm skywards. Inhale to reach. Exhale to tip to the left. Now, did your right sits bone rise? It's okay. Push it back down, then re-tip over. We want to anchor in to lengthen away. So good. Right arm falls. As soon as you grasp your left knee, come forward with your body, and then use your elbows like this, like you're gonna pull apart. Pull, 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 and fold down. Chin tucks towards your chest, a little bow to your beautiful practice today. Inhale, open wide, reach your fingers behind you. I usually spin mine away from my butt. That'll feel wider in your shoulders. So watch what happens if I don't. See where my shoulders are? They are cranky. Open them up, widen them out. Oof, that's better. Big breath in. All right, let's give your legs a shake. And for those of you that need to get to at 2 p.m., I'm letting you know that it's 1:55 now if you need to go. If you're staying with me, bend your right leg, bend your left leg, and try to walk your knees on top of one another. It's hard to do, isn't it? So some tricks. We can take our hands and push on our opposite knees like this. I want to push in. Or you can grab your shins like this and we'll pull out. Great ways to stack. Now, if this left leg is really high, put something soft under there so you feel really supported. Scoot your butt. Why do we want to do that again? Well, we want to get everything grounded and the flesh out from under it so we don't feel pinched. Okay, as soon as you're there, another twist. twist. You're in cow face legs, by the way. Sweep your right arm over, lift your chest, and then open your left arm behind you. Ah, feels good? All right, now remember, if it doesn't feel good because you've got a belly full, you can open twist. So you'll just be swiveling in the opposite direction so you don't feel too tight in your stomach. Give me another beautiful cycle. I know it's tough to breathe. Think about your breath. It has to weave through all these twists. So we're gonna take extra time here. Just slow down and just let it linger wherever it needs. Might find a roadblock. Let it figure itself out. One more cycle. Come on back to the center. Reach back with both hands again. It might be tight, so we're gonna try to let the legs go, but if they need a little help, walk them out. Do whatever feels good. I'm gonna windshield wipe in this one. That's nice. Working through the outer thigh there. And when you're ready, your left leg comes down, the right leg on top. So for my cow face, I take my foot and I try to walk it out to stack. Okay, and then when you sit forward, if you feel stacked, stay. If you feel like you need extra, you're either gonna take your knees and push them. Maybe you can pull your shins. If your right leg is hovering in the air, put things under it to soften so it can sink down. Maybe you move back through your right sits bone, however you can clear so you're feeling plugged in. Nice. Left arm comes over. Right arm sweeps back. You're twisting, but if this bothers your belly, open it instead. Let's take 3 very beautiful breaths in here, thinking about lengthening your spine as you come in, swiveling and tightening the twist as you come out. 2 more, yogis. Little tip, I like to use the top of left foot, the one that's down on the floor first, to boost you up. So you don't just use your arms, you're gonna use that foot too to help you sit to the tallest you can possibly be. Come back to me. Hey there, welcome back. Open your arms. Undo your legs with arms or without, and then give them what they need. So they may just need like a little bounce. They may need a windshield wipe, a jiggle, a tick-tock. Oh, that felt good. I get a little crunch, a little scrunch in my toes and a big crunch in my joints. All right, let's roll the corner, yogis. We're coming around, re-rising. Last big, beautiful breath in together today from your tabletop. Let's roll our bodies. Maybe you're giving it one last spin. One last formal spin. You're welcome to continue without me, but I've got to get you going back to your job, back to your families and your beautiful Friday. Sweep your arms all the way to the sky. Take a huge prayer press at your heart. Lift your heart up into your thumbs and tuck your chin. Eye gaze is down in a soft but beautiful gesture of thanks. A little bow to your practice. My bow is to you for the self-care time you've carved out of your busy schedule, for joining me, for sharing your practice with everyone and helping us all stay accountable. I honor you, I'm inspired by you, and I'm humbled by you. Namaste, yogis.